What's up, YouTube? This is Mathos97 and welcome to episode number 77 of my WWE 2K15 Universe Mode. We are here with another edition of Monday Night Raw, the go-home episode of Raw prior to the Payback pay-per-view. And that's set to be an epic pay-per-view. In terms of, well, the number of matches, it's going to be the biggest pay-per-view ever to this point in Universe Mode. As we can see, we are going to have a Battle Royal that was actually requested by Rusev. We have 6 superstars who are going to be competing in the ring. We'll get to that in a little bit. We have a 6 Diva Tag Team matchup as it was Paige, Emma, and AJ picking up a victory over Tamina and the Bellas. We have the Ascension defeating the team of Fandango and Adam Rose. We're still looking for a tag team name for them. Then, of course, the main event of Clash of Contenders, as it is Daniel Bryan one-on-one with the Rated R superstar Edge. Of course, both of those men set to face the World Heavyweight Champion Dolph Ziggler for the World Heavyweight title in a triple threat matchup at Payback, and that is going to be huge. But of course, we have the United States Championship Open Challenge matchup, as Cesaro puts his U.S. title on the line for the 4th week in a row. But the question is, who is he gonna face? I mean, we've seen Kane, Rob Van Dam, and The Miz thus far. And of course, this is the week before Payback, so it's gonna be something big. Who is Cesaro's opponent going to be this evening? I guess we're just gonna have to wait and find out in a few moments. Oh my goodness. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. For the first time ever in Universe Mode, Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, is going to be competing in the ring. Oh my god, Ric Flair, he is making his Universe Mode debut here tonight, his return to the WWE. Wow, I'm sure Cesaro, when he was lacing up his boots tonight, getting prepared to defend his US title, well, I'm sure he was not expecting this. Ric Flair, of all people, to accept the Open Challenge. Wow, I know I sure didn't expect this. Ric Flair tonight, he's back for one more match in the Squared Circle. And you never know, his last match, he could walk out the United States Champion. What a victory that would be for Flair. As you can see, strutting just like the Nature Boy would, styling and profiling. Ric Flair tonight. Of course, the former 16-time world champion, Cesaro. I mean, what a victory this would be tonight for Cesaro if he could beat the Nature Boy one-on-one. I mean, that would just add to his resume and add to the prestige of this United States Championship Open Challenge. I mean, we have seen superstars who are currently on the roster accept the challenge prior to tonight, but now we have a legend returning to accept the challenge. Wow. I mean, who would have thought that would have happened? Oh man, Cesaro, he's got a lot on his plate with this Open Challenge already, and now, I mean, now not only does he have to try to prepare for whoever's going to be on the roster, but he could very well be facing people who aren't even on the current roster. Wow. I mean, Cesaro, he's just... how do you even prepare? I guess he just... oh, look at Flair. Look at Flair. Ric Flair, that is vintage Flair right there. Just strutting once more. Crowd fully getting behind him. The crowd, they're almost split here. I don't know if they know whether to cheer for Flair or Cesaro. I mean, Ric Flair, of course, the Nature Boy. He is the dirtiest player in the game. But, of course, he has garnered much respect over the course of his career. But then again, the fans, they love Cesaro. Cesaro brings them competition like this on a weekly basis here on Raw with this Open Challenge. But Ric Flair right now, like I said, dirtiest player in the game, and he's definitely living up to that name right there, just choking out Cesaro. But it's all in fun. Look at this. Oh, a shoulder breaker to Cesaro. Perhaps trying to take away some of the power that Cesaro possesses, try to work on the arms, as Cesaro drops an elbow right onto the leg, right to the knee of Ric Flair. As we know, Ric Flair, he likes to set people up for that figure four. Cesaro almost giving Flair a taste of his own medicine, working on the leg there. As Cesaro right now with that Northern Light suplex, taking down the Nature Boy. But like I said, Payback is coming up. And, well, I mean, like I said, this is the go-home show to Payback. We got to do something epic. And Ric Flair making his return. That certainly is epic. But Cesaro, he doesn't seem too phased. He's still bringing the fight to Flair. Kick out at 1 by Flair. So this is basically Cesaro's pay-per-view matchup. I mean, the United States Championship is not on the line at Payback, due to the fact that Cesaro's just been issuing these open challenges week after week. We don't want it to get too oversaturated with title shots and title defenses. I mean, Cesaro, he needs a little bit of rest. Let's be fair. We don't want to work him to death. But Cesaro right now, here he hits the gut-wrench suplex, and he's looking for more. He's not done at just 1. Cesaro, a second gut-wrench suplex, and he's looking for the 3rd. Can he hit it? He's got Flair up. Gut-wrench suplex. Everybody loves a good gut-wrench, especially when it's from this man, Cesaro. 2 count, and a kick out at 2 by Flair. But Cesaro, he's got Flair on the ropes. Flair's in trouble. He's back to his feet. Oh, but a counter. Counter by Flair as he delivers the knee right to the gut. But a counter by Cesaro. Now with a kick to the gut of Flair. Look at this. Flair tried to run at him, but he got caught. And into the Michinoku driver. Cesaro hooks the leg. 2 count, and again a kick out by Flair. We saw that was the move that Cesaro used to put Kane away in the first ever Open Challenge at the beginning of this month. But Flair keeping himself alive. And now looking to go back on the attack. Well, he was looking for a chop. And while Cesaro, you want to avoid those knife edge chops. If Flair's Flair's chops are like Cesaro's uppercuts. They're just the move you want to avoid because they inflict a lot of damage. There's a lot of power behind each strike. As Flair sweeps out the legs now. And now kick to the leg of Cesaro. You could say almost Flair swept Cesaro off his feet, as it were. Literally. And now going after the leg, the knee of Cesaro, trying to wear him down. Look at this. Oh, Flair with a gut-wrench suplex. Well, there you go, Cesaro. Bit of a taste of your own medicine. And look at Ric Flair. Running knee right to the skull. Well, not really a running knee, but then he did the roll. And now Flair strutting once again. And the crowd are loving this. This is how we kick off the go-home show to Payback. The crowd they're fully excited for this matchup. Let's look again. Michinoku driver from Cesaro. Hooks the leg once more. Could he have him? No, a kick out again by Ric Flair. But how much longer is this going to go on? I mean, a longer matchup is obviously going to favor the younger, fresher Cesaro. So Flair, he's got to try to wrap this up pretty quickly. A rope break there, keeping him alive in this matchup. As Cesaro, he's just waiting for Flair to get back to his feet, just waiting for his opportunity. Oh, look at Cesaro. He's got Flair up on his shoulders here. Look at this. Death, or blah, I forgot the name of the move. No, Fireman's Carry Slam. There we go. That's what it is. Oh, but wait a minute. I know this move. And Flair, oh, you're not going to like this, Flair. Cesaro with the Cesaro swing. Swinging Flair around and around and around and around and around and around. Flair, I mean, that might finish him off there. I mean, that could be it. 2 count. That is it, folks. Cesaro with the Cesaro swing. Just like that. In an instant, Flair, well, he was in trouble. He went out from one moment. It appeared as though he was starting to gain the upper hand once again, but then Cesaro just caught him, and then that Cesaro swing. And once you're in that, you're done for the match. Whether Cesaro decides to pin you off of it or go for something else, I mean, you're not going to regain your balance in time to try to put up some sort of a fight. And even if you manage to do that, well, you can only do it haphazardly because you've already lost your balance completely. It takes several minutes to try to recover from a move like that. But it only takes 3 seconds to win the match. And that's all the time Cesaro needed. And he is still your United States champion. 1 month strong of the Open Challenge. Cesaro retains the title yet again. And it looks like this Open Challenge will continue week on week upon week. I'm real, like, this Open Challenge, it's really making Monday Night Raw a must-see program. And I gotta say, I'm a SmackDown guy through and through. And really, since the WWE draft, SmackDown seemingly has taken the edge. But I feel like Cesaro, with this open challenge, he's really making almost making a statement here for Raw, making a threat to SmackDown, like, hey, you got to step up your game, or else you're going to get left behind. Cesaro, he's proving that he's a fighting champion, perhaps the most dominant champion in the entire roster. I mean, even more dominant than Dolph Ziggler, than CM Punk, than Titus O'Neil. Cesaro, he's making almost a challenge to all the champions. They're basically saying, hey, you got to step up your game. And, well, here we got to move on to the next matchup. We are going to see a bit of a preview to Payback later on. But tonight, this is actually a matchup requested by Rusev, the super athlete, as Rusev is going to be facing the big guy, Ryback, at Payback. That is right, they're going to be going one-on-one. But tonight, Rusev, he wanted to make a statement to Ryback. He wants to prove that he is a super athlete, that he can eliminate all 5 of these superstars in this Battle Royal tonight. Rusev, he requested this matchup. I don't think he requested the people who are in it, but he did request a Battle Royal because Rusev, he believes that he can win this matchup, and, well, he claims that he's going to eliminate every single one of these men. Now, I don't know if that's actually going to happen because, you know, there are certain things that are out of his control, but we'll see how things go. Rusev, I mean, even if he can eliminate, you know, a fair few amount of superstars in this matchup, definitely is going to build him some momentum. At the very least, he issued the challenge. He cannot afford to lose this matchup because if he loses, that's going to look really bad for his resume heading into Payback. I mean, you issue this challenge, and if you can't at least come out on top, then, well, you kind of look like a fool. So Rusev, I mean, a lot of pressure's on him tonight to win this matchup. And I mean, look at the people we have in this match. We have Alberto Del Rio, a former United States champion. We've got Curtis Axel, who has been in and around the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship. Heck, he's even competed against Daniel Bryan before and taken Bryan to the limit. Then we've got Rob Van Dam. He's definitely a veteran, and he's got some crucial victories in his career. Kane, he has competed for the WWE Championship in the past, including the Elimination Chamber, where he was one of the final 2 men in the matchup. And then we have Damien Sandow, who is almost a veteran in this series as well. He's been around for quite a while. Maybe not a veteran, but he has experience, I guess would be the better way to put it. As look at this, Sandow, he's got Kane looking to try to eliminate the Big Red Machine, and Kane is eliminated by Damien Sandow. So, well, Rusev, you said you were going to eliminate everybody, and you've already failed at that. But, you know, like I said, there are certain things that are out of Rusev's control. I mean, he was busy, he was fighting off Van Dam and possibly even Axel as well. He was fighting off either of the 2 men, maybe even both. And Del Rio, of course, in the match as well. I mean, how was Rusev supposed to go over to stop Damien Sandow from eliminating Kane and then go back on the attack? There's just certain things he can't do. Rusev, you know, he almost kind of put this too much pressure on himself. But now perhaps that Kane has been eliminated, Rusev can just focus on destruction, just focus on destroying each of these opponents individually, as Van Dam gets just tossed around like a rag doll, just tossed him by the hair. As Rusev now has Del Rio into the corner, perhaps looking for the elimination. Imagine this, Rusev, if he eliminates a former United States champion, that would definitely improve his standing here on Monday Night Raw, and definitely help him out heading towards Payback. And we did see Ryback defeat Alberto Del Rio on the last episode of Main Event. Rusev, he tried to get the upper hand on Ryback, tried to attack him from behind, but to no avail. Ryback fought him off, and there was a bit of a standoff there between the 2. As look at this, Axel tosses Sandow over the top rope. Del Rio, perhaps looking to eliminate Van Dam here. Rusev tried to hit a splash in the corner, but Axel stepped out of the way. As as Axel and Rusev now trading places back and forth, counter for counter between these two. As Rusev with a couple strikes, and he went for the splash again, but Axel countered. And now Axel perhaps looking to try to eliminate Rusev, but that's not going to happen. Rusev, oh, a super kick! Super kick right to the jaw of Curtis Axel. And that could knock Axel out of this matchup. As now Sandow sent over the top rope from Rob Van Dam. Van Dam could eliminate Sandow here, and Sandow is eliminated. I mean, Sandow, he eliminated Kane, and now he's eliminated by Van Dam. So we're down to 4 men in this matchup. Del Rio going back after Van Dam, and then we've got Rusev and Axel fighting it out here. As Del Rio does have some history with Rob Van Dam. Of course, back when Cesaro and Del Rio were feuding for the U.S. title. Van Dam, Cesaro's mentor, got involved in the fray as well. In fact, I mean, oh, and look at this. Axel and Del Rio going at it. We know they have history. At one point, we saw a tag team matchup where it was Axel and Del Rio, then known as Viva Perfecto, taking on Swiss Thunder, which was Van Dam and Cesaro. So it's interesting how things play out here, the history some of these men have with each other over the course of the series. As Rob Van Dam now looking to perhaps eliminate Rusev, but that's not going to happen. Rusev able to fight him off. And Axel and Del Rio continue to go at it. Rusev, oh, Van Dam could be on the verge of elimination. He's up on the top rope. Oh, he's on the brink. Rusev, I think just one final push, he could have him. Oh, but Van Dam, he managed to skin the cat, get back in this thing. He was dangling from the ropes, but he just managed to pull himself back in. As I couldn't even speak, I was so in shock at what was going on. But look at this. Oh, a drop kick. Del Rio over the top rope, drop kicked off the apron, and he is eliminated by Curtis Axel. And we're down to 3. It is Van Dam, Axel, and Rusev. Oh, and Rusev's in trouble. Van Dam and Axel looking for the elimination here. They're working together. That might be the only way to get Rusev out of this thing. But no, Rusev, he powered out of it and keeps himself alive in the matchup. But look at this, looking for a double suplex perhaps. Counter from Rusev into a double DDT. And Rusev, well, it's almost a matter of who does he pick? Who does he want to try to eliminate first? Oh, but Van Dam with a counter tossed Rusev into Curtis Axel, of all things. But I mean, hey, you know, people butt heads, that'll do a lot of damage, and that's one way to try to wear down your opponent. And hey, if you can take out both of them at once, I mean, if it works, it works. But nonetheless, Rusev's still on the receiving end of this double team. Oh, but a counter from Rusev as he throws Van Dam into the corner. Oh, look at this. Clothesline over the top rope. Rob Van Dam has been eliminated. We're down to Axel and Rusev. And Curtis Axel able to capitalize on the distracted Rusev, not giving Rusev any time to even think after eliminating Van Dam. But Rusev now with these strikes to the skull, but Axel now with a punch of his own. Oh, and now a running drop kick, sending Rusev flying. And Axel, this would be a huge statement for Axel if he could manage to eliminate Rusev. I mean, we know that Axel and Sandow just recently started working together as a tag team. Axel splitting away from Alberto Del Rio. But Axel, if he wants to... Oh, what a clothesline! Well, forget what I was saying about Axel. He's done. That just may have taken his head off. Goodbye, Axel. It was nice knowing you, pal, but that's it. This is a Russian execution about to go down right now. Oh, look at this. Oh, what a slam from the Bulgarian brute, Rusev. I don't know why I said Russian execution. Forget. It's WWE's fault for making me think this guy's Russian, but he's Bulgarian. Look at this. Huge suplex there from Rusev as he sends Axel flying across the ring with that variant of a gut-wrench suplex. As Axel right now, he's trying to crawl to his feet. But Rusev now... Oh, wait, counter! Counter from Axel! Rusev, he was looking perhaps for that swinging side slam, but Axel, he shut him down. I'm amazed that Axel can even recover from that bullplex. The suplex there from Rusev. But nonetheless, Axel is keeping himself alive in the matchup. Oh, look at this! Rusev's in trouble! Rusev... Oh, but what an elbow right to the side of the head, but Axel, I think he's just running on adrenaline at this point. I mean, he took that vicious elbow to the side of the head, but bounced right back with a drop kick, knocked himself down to the mat as well, and look at that, the whiplash off that maneuver, Rusev's head bouncing off the mat. Axel, if he can just get Rusev to the corner, oh, but Rusev with a counter, and now it's Axel who's in the corner. Rusev could be looking for the elimination right now, and there we go, clothesline over the top. Curtis Axel has been eliminated, and Rusev wins the Battle Royal. He may not have eliminated everybody, but hey, just eliminating Rob Van Dam and Curtis Axel is no easy feat. So Rusev, nonetheless, he does get the victory tonight, so he lives up to his promise. He said he would win the Battle Royal. That's exactly what he did, even if he didn't eliminate every single man. But like I said, you know, there's certain things that are just out of your control, and in a multi-man match like this, you can't always control the pace. So Rusev, maybe he had some, maybe his expectations were a little too high, but, I mean, still, he won the 6-man Battle Royal, and he eliminated Van Dam and Axel, which is no easy feat, as I said previously. So, Rusev, he still builds momentum heading into his match with Ryback at the pay-per-view. I think we could be looking at, perhaps, a future world champion in Rusev. I mean, he has shown his stuff, shown his destructive power over the course of the past few weeks, over the past month. And now, at Payback, we'll see it all come to a conclusion. Can he defeat Ryback? Arguably one of the strongest men on the Raw roster, perhaps even in all of WWE. But now we move on to the main event. And this is definitely a prelude to Payback, as we'll be seeing these two men take on Dolph Ziggler in a triple threat match for the world title. But I guess the question is, who is going to be the true #1 contender? I mean, both men have defeated Ziggler in singles competition, but which one is the stronger contender? That's what we're out to find out here tonight. And it's funny how this all began. At the beginning of the month, 3 weeks ago, when Edge speared Daniel Bryan following Bryan's victory over Dolph Ziggler. Then Edge, of course, the big boot into the steel ring post to Dolph Ziggler. And, well, since then, Edge, he's really basically taken up Christian's goal of winning the World Heavyweight Championship. He's taken not only, I mean, of course, Edge, he wants to win the world title for himself as well, but also taking up the cause of his best friend, who promised, well, a promise was made between Edge and Christian that they would face for the world title one day. And Dolph Ziggler, well, has seemingly put that on hold by defeating Christian back at Extreme Rules. And now Edge, I mean, he wants the world title. Perhaps we can still, I mean, if he wins, perhaps we can still see that match between Edge and Christian in the future. But to do that, Edge has to win at Payback. He has to win the triple threat matchup. And Dolph Ziggler, I mean, Ziggler is just, he's had some really tough customers to deal with since winning the world title. I mean, it was Christian who, let's face it, Ziggler had Christian's number. Every single time they faced, Ziggler would win. So, even so, I mean, Christian was a very aggressive competitor, always taking Ziggler to the limit, even if he could never get the job done in the end. But that now we have Daniel Bryan, who has been on this this fast track of momentum. I mean, Bryan has just, everything with Daniel Bryan has just been building and building and building and building since nearly the beginning of the series. It's been about a year since Bryan's story really began, where this whole pursuit of trying to face CM Punk in a matchup. It's been almost a year since that began, and Bryan, like, ever since then, it's just been building to something, and it's just, you know that sooner or later it's going to reach a conclusion. But everything, momentum is just building on top of each other. You think Bryan has hit the ceiling, and then he just breaks through it, and more momentum just keeps building on top of it. He could very well be the World Heavyweight Champion at the end of the day at Payback. And then we've got Edge, of course, who, I mean, he nearly injured both Bryan and Ziggler on numerous occasions this past month. So, Ziggler, I'll be amazed if Dolph Ziggler can walk out of Payback still the world champion. I mean, this is by far the most difficult challenge he's had to face yet. But back to the match at hand right now as Bryan sent back into the ring. Edge, he's looking to follow him now. Does not want to get counted out. You cannot afford to take a count-out loss before such a huge match at Payback. Oh, what a jawbreaker from Edge. As look at this. He's got Bryan by the leg and doing some leg work there. Try to perhaps negate Daniel Bryan's high-flying ability. But Bryan's back to his feet. He says, nuh-uh, we're not doing that today. Daniel Bryan backing Edge up against the ropes. And a scoop slam into the ropes. Edge's legs connecting with the ropes. So Bryan, turnabout's fair play. Now a kick to the leg. And Daniel Bryan, look at this. We've seen this before. The kicks to the chest. Just slowly wearing down Edge. And one more to the skull. And that could knock Edge out cold. Bryan with the cover. 1, 2, 3. No, just barely at the last second. Edge able to kick out. He's back to his feet. But Bryan, he shuts him down with a drop kick. And Bryan now, he's firing up the crowd, looking for the running knee, looking to finish off Edge for good. And he connects the running knee. But Bryan now, with the cover, hooks the leg. 2 count. Good night, Edge. Daniel Bryan picks up a much-needed victory over the Rated R Superstar. And could that perhaps be what goes down at Payback? I mean, Ziggler does not have to be pinned to lose the title. That we could perhaps be looking at a preview as to what could go down at Payback. Daniel Bryan, look at this, the 3 count, and that's all it will take at Payback. If Bryan can do the same thing this Sunday, he will be the new World Heavyweight Champion. Daniel Bryan, he's hyped, he's ready for Payback. Why am I saying Extreme Rules? I hope you're ready for Payback, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Universe Mode. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to stay tuned for more. We got a couple episodes to go before Payback, and then we have the promo, which is going to be an epic promo, and then we have the pay-per-view. So stay tuned, and keep on YouTubing.